Our next topic is inheritance. This is very important topic in object-oriented programming. And you must have clear-cut idea about inheritance. So for discussing inheritance, the topics that I am going to cover in this video are generalization and specialization. This is a general concept. Then inheritance in Java. So I'll take some examples and explain you how inheritance is achieved in Java. So before understanding inheritance, I'll explain about generalization and specialization by taking some examples. So let us start. Let us talk about generalization and specialization. These concepts you must have clear-cut idea to think in object-oriented way. So I have examples here to explain the differences between generalization and specialization. Here I have the examples for generalization and here for specialization, right? Now if you observe here, this is forming a hierarchy-like thing, like there is something on the top and few things that are coming from that, coming out from that, and here also same thing and here also same thing. I'll explain what these are. And here also I have written only one. I can have more than one also, right? Not just one, I can have one more, okay? But I have shown only one in this example, like Innova, Fortuner. So it is similar. There I have three things, I have taken only one. If you want to add, you can add more, okay? I have taken few examples. So in all these three, the picture shows hierarchy. There is something on the top and there is something below that one. So you can say parent and children, parent and children, parent and children, parent and children. Or base and derived, you can use these terms. Or super and sub, super and sub, you can use these terms also. Now let us see what is this. What is this? Through example. So this is a common thing in our daily life. Let us see. If I pick up the first example, iPhone, Samsung phone and Vivo phone are all phones and we all called all of them as smartphone. So all are smartphone. So when we say smartphone, we get the idea about some features like making a call or playing game, playing music or accessing internet. These are the type of things that we get to our mind. Yes, apart from that, more features are there in iPhone and more features here and more features here. So you can say that these are inheriting the properties from that one. Yes, iPhone is a smartphone, Samsung is a smartphone, Vivo is a smartphone. So they are inheriting the properties from this smartphone. So smartphone is if I say it's a class, then it's a super class and these are subclasses. Now one more, vehicle. Vehicle means something which can be controlled by human and which can move. So yes, so car is a vehicle, bike is a vehicle, ship is a vehicle. So whatever the features of a vehicle are, that are there borrowed in these things. So superclass and subclasses. And shape, triangle is a shape and rectangle is a shape and circle is a shape. Shape means it will have its some dimensions and it will have area and its perimeter, circumference. So yes, triangle will have area and circumference, rectangle will have area and circumference, so on. Now coming to this, iPhone 10, iPhone 10s. This is a phone and this is extension of this one having more features. And iPhone 10s Max is also there, so that is also inheriting the features. Fortuner is a car, that is Innova car, it's having all the features of Innova plus extensions are there. So this is base class or this is derived class, super class, subclass. Circle, cylinder, guitar, electric guitar. So all these are hierarchies. But I am saying that this is generalization and this is specialization. So what is the difference? What is the difference? Now I am coming to the actual point. Listen carefully. See, I have seen the first model of iPhone, right? I have seen first model of iPhone. When iPhone was introduced, nobody knows the word that is smartphone. This was not there. We used to call it as mobile phone or cell phone, cellular phone or cell phone, mobile phone, that's all. And when iPhone came, we were calling it as a cell phone from Apple, that they call it as iPhone. There was no word like smartphone. When the other companies also started producing the same kind of phones, then a term named smartphone came into existence. So what is a smartphone? Was it already there? Or we have used that term to group these mobile phones together. We have grouped them. So when the smartphone came, term smartphone came, after these, what is the purpose? To group them together so that all of them we can refer as a smartphone. That will be easy for us to refer all the mobile phones which are having same feature. So it means the derivation is bottom up. This is already there, this is defined later. Similarly, car was there, vehicle, bike was there, and ship, all these were there. Then later they introduce a term that is vehicle to refer any man-made moving object as vehicle. So this is defined later on. Reason, you can refer all these things with single name vehicle. This is easy for communication, right? Easy for referencing. Now this triangle and all these are there. Then shape is a term that comes after these three terms. All right. Now one more example I can give you. One more example. Now we have a show, a dance show is there. So there are some dancers who know some type of dance, one type of dance, second salsa dance or break dance or disco dance. There are various types of dance. I don't have the knowledge of some type of dances. So whatever the dance, various dances are there. So if I have to refer them, what I should say? I can say performers all comes in, right? If I say performance come this side, so I am referring to all of them together with one word. That's what, generalizing them, right? Or I can say dancers, please come on the stage. So all will come. I don't have to say that is salsa dancer come on the stage or so and so dancer come. I don't have to refer each of everyone individually. That is the benefit we get in daily life. So generalization help us refer a lot of things or group of objects with one single name. This is the very important thing, very important thing. I have given you various examples to explain, right? Now, second thing, specialization. Now, in this, already this iPhone 10 was introduced by Apple. Then later, in the next year, they introduced this one by adding some extra features. So this was already there, then this came into existence. So this is top down, right? This is already there, this came into existence. This is already there, Innova car was already introduced by Toyota. Then later they introduced a new car that is Fortuner, which is having all the features of Innova plus extra features. Then circle, a shape that is geometric shape. To that, if you give height, it becomes cylinder. So first comes circle, then comes cylinder. So circle is already there, just give the height, it becomes cylinder. So top down. Guitar was already there, electric guitar, that is top down. So all these are top down. So the difference, so the common thing between generalization and specialization is we can see them in the form of hierarchy. But the difference is generalization means bottom up and the specialization means top down. That is the difference. So in Java or in object-oriented programming, if you already have a class, this one and this one and this one, then you can group them and write one superclass for them so that you can refer all these with this name. So while designing the classes, when you are developing an application where you have a lot of classes, you may be interested in grouping them so that you can refer a lot of classes with single name. So that's how. If you find the common properties, then you can define some dummy class. This is not much useful, just for namesake. You can define a class which will help you refer all these things together under one name. Similarly, you can do like this, similarly. So we will be learning this. So this is one method. Second method is you already have a class and you derive a class and you borrow everything from there to here. You borrow everything from there to here, plus you add a few more things. You borrow everything from here to here and add a few more things. So the existing class is perfect class and you are introducing a new class and adding few extra features. So this is top down. So if you are having a class, you can derive a class, inherit a class and write a subclass. Here if you have some subclasses, then you can write a superclass. So here superclass is already there and you are deriving, so that becomes subclass and this becomes superclass. So this type of designing approach is common in object orientation. So you should have this difference, when to do which one. So this example should give you sufficient idea that when to use which one, when to go for generalization, when to go for specialization. Now I can tell you the very important feature of Java. How to achieve this, how to achieve this. This is achieved using inheritance, right? Remember this. This I have completed a lot of things together at once in one single topic. This is all these specialization achieved using inheritance. Inheritance means specialization in Java. Then how do you achieve this? This we achieve using interfaces. this is you achieve using interfaces, right? Interfaces we don't know, we are going to learn about this. So interfaces are used for generalization, and inheritance is used for, sorry, traceable, and inheritance is used for specialization. And you want something in between these two, then there is something called as abstract classes in Java. Abstract classes. Abstract classes. So there are three things in Java for achieving these type of things. First is inheritance, all right, and the second thing is abstract class. Third thing is interface. So though for learning all these things one by one, it will take a lot of time for us, but I have grouped the topic and I have given you a broader picture of the topic. So that's all about generalization and specialization. This topic is very important. I suggest you watch it again and again until you starting thinking in the way what I am explaining you, right? Once you start thinking in this way, you are a object oriented programmer or a designer, application designer. You can think in this way. There are thousands of examples that you can take out. Few I have taken it, or if you have more examples you can share with me in my question answer section. I can suggest you more on this one, right? So that's all about these things. Now let us take inheritance and learn how to achieve inheritance in Java.